Hello, I am the Convolutional Neural Gamer, and this is AI War. Okay, so I'm back again, and I was just clearing out this wave. Unfortunately, I have actually done this before now, because I had a problem with the first recording. Thankfully, I had the save from when I started, from the end of the... I still had the save from the end of the last recording, so I'm continuing back from there, but I, have already done everything that you're about to see, unless something goes shockingly differently to what it did last time. I'll probably be... yeah. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So, yes, I need to clear out this wave. It's going to be a slow process. Last time I experimented with the idea of deploying some of my long-range guys to try to put a little extra DPS in the battle, but turns out that the riot control starships can just kill the engines of them, which I should have seen coming. And that means that they become unable to move, so that when they can't retreat away from the rest of the stuff. Like, they're so unable to move that they can't even get into the transport to run away in, which means I can't retreat and they all die. So I guess I will not do that this time around. Not that it makes a huge amount of difference, because capped on money and all that. This is one of the things, I'm always capped on money now, because, I can't... If I just throw away ships, I get reprisal waves. So that's not really I can't just throw away ships to try to speed the game up a little bit. Because I'll get reprisal waves, which will cause me problems, but might have to go back and deliberately defend against it, and then I will then the game will be even slower. The thing that's slow, this game can really come to a grinding halt if you ever have to deal with if you get to the point where the AI waves against you are so powerful that you have to manually deal with every single one of them. The game gets just really painful, because every step of the way you have to really because you see these waves, they come pretty often. If they really, just trying to click everything. If you get to the point where you have to deal with them all, it's just you have to micro against it and send your fleet back. So I'm trying to send my fleet out here right now, and instead I have to keep retreating. I would have to keep retreating them back every time a wave popped up, which would make it take it hugely longer to actually clear out the AI fleets. Interestingly, I've done a slightly better job this time of killing off these AI ships here, because the last time I did this, by the time these riot starships arrived, there were actually quite a few enemy ships still left on the planet. So I'm not quite sure why that is, and maybe I was just a little more prompt in bringing back my ships, or maybe the AI chose to target less important transports, the ones with zero actual stuff in them, rather than the ones with stuff. Yeah, there they all are. So these are the actual riot control starships, which disabled my my long-range bombards in the last run. This is special forces, obviously. Oh well, maybe not. So obviously, if you're not a regular player of the game, but that is what they are. Let's get this guy through. You guys, please spread out so I can see your health. The amount I am trying to micro guys like this, I kind of almost want a detached damaged button. I don't think you can work that. Okay, these guys will slowly clear out the riot control starships, and then that will mean that I don't have to worry about the special forces later on, at least. You come back in. I am actually being pretty lucky. They are there's a lot of my ships without actual units in them are seeing targeted rather a lot at the moment. One thing I talked about last time was how there is a bit of an issue that fleet ships have become harder and harder to use as the game's been updated. Originally, the game was basically fleet ships. There was a substantial sort of buff to using starships not so long ago, where starships, a cap of starships, so the maximum number you can build, became similarly powerful to a cap of regular fleet ships. Before then, starships were, you get like a full cap of starships wouldn't be nearly as good, though they're as the fleet ships. Even now, a cap of starships, whilst being about as good as a cap of fleet ships, are substantially more expensive. So there is a difference there. But yeah, there's a lot of the way, because there's so many different ship types in the game is loosely balanced around the idea of everything being supposed to have a full cap of a type of ship should have roughly the same number of hit points and amount of damage per second as as each other. So every full cap should give you roughly the same, with a little bit of modification for the various special abilities of the ship. However, because there are so many types of ships, and because not all of them are available in every game, and you tend to just build everything you do have available, they can kind of get away with a bit of oddity in the balance, because it doesn't have to be perfectly balanced. Yes, my ship managed to cloak there. That's weird. You know, you don't have to, not every ship has to be as good as every other ship, because you just might not build them. It's completely the opposite. You're just gonna build them regardless, because you just want to use everything you have. So whilst those tractor platforms are kind of a mediocre ship pick for me, and I'm not really getting a huge amount of use of them, I don't really have a good reason not to build them. They still increase my overall power. I particularly with so many Spire Moors about, it's actually going to be very hard to make any useful contributions with them, because whenever I would like to sort of draw away a few enemy ships, the tractor platforms, the tractor platforms, the idea is, grab a few enemy ships and drag them away into a location where you can kill them more safely. However, the Spire Moors are able to swallow the tractor platforms, which means that, effectively gets rid of them instantly, and they're prime targets for it, because tractor platforms are so powerful relative to their ability to be swallowed. Like, most ships that can be swallowed are much, smaller and weaker than tractor platforms. It's actually kind of odd, really, that tractor platforms can actually be swallowed. Often, if they're that big, they'll actually have immunity to swallowing, or at least be kidded that a large ship can't be swallowed for that reason. But in this case, they can be swallowed, and that makes them pretty hard countered by Spire Moors. But, that doesn't actually, in most RTS, being that hard countered would probably break the usefulness of the ship completely. But because this is because of the nature of AI war, I wonder. Because of the I hate when I'm having a bit of brain fart. Because of that only having certain ships available in each game, even the AI only has certain ships available in each game. It doesn't, having such a bad counter in the Spire Moor doesn't mean that every game they're going to be completely useless. Just they're not very good in this particular game. Okay, let's head down here and finish clearing out this planet. Actually, okay, last time I sent my ships over here and then realized that I barely had anything to clear out, and so I went back and got my hacker so that I could hack on Zilada here. However, of course that meant I actually moved all my transports in. No, I didn't. It actually meant I had to go out and then go all the way back to get the hacker, which was a waste of time, obviously. This time, I was thinking, I should grab the hacker the first time. But now I'm actually thinking now, when I hacked Zilada, it told me that the our progress of killable scrap, so yeah, I don't want to kill that. When I hacked Zilada, it told me that the Exodian Blade is here. The Exodian Blade is on the Zilada. And that I needed to take the planet in order to get it. It seems likely that if I just take the planet and don't even bother to... by the way, I have to deploy here because my transports won't be able to return. Will you've got basically no health if they go through here. Oh crap! Had the transports like, well, there you go. Case in point, they're basically dead. I'm just going to send them through the wormhole because we've already established that will kill them, but it won't cost me any reinforcement waves. So now I've attracted everything, of course, and they're going to be fighting fleet ships, which is going to make this whole thing far less convenient. But that's okay. So I've got to watch out for the Spire Moors and the ranges of the planets here. Yeah, let's actually move back a little bit because I wanted to get well out of the range of these Missile Guardians, and actually having a longer time before they reach me is to my advantage because of the Zenith Bombard ships. I've got these guys. It looks like this guy's been assassinating my Zenith Bombard ships, which is kind of... Oh no, something exploded and it wasn't a Zenith Bombard. It stayed on 13. Maybe I've got some back here. I should build my transports back and just send small groups of, send single ones full of ships rather than sending the entire bundle of them. Okay, let's take out the Missile Guard post. Without the hacking wave, I've got a lot more ships left at this point, which is quite nice. I can also avoid other little mistakes I made, I don't want to send the Spire tractor platforms near the Anti-Starship Arachnid. Anti-Starship Arachnid, interestingly enough, is something that hard counters starships by dealing 300,000 damage per shot every 5 seconds. That would seem that's more than the health of a transport, but you can see there, attack multiplier scout 0. So once again, transports are immune. Oh, damn it, it went into range. There goes one of my Spire tractor platforms. Oh yeah, just another one of those amusing cases where where the transports are entirely immune. This is what I mean. I haven't done anything unusual. I've actually been pretty tactical, I'd say. My losses haven't been that bad here, and yet I've already got a reprisal wave on me, which is it's like, how am I supposed to use fleet ships if it's that easy to end up with reprisal waves? It's kind of excessive. And the other thing about that is that fleet ships, we'll get the tractor platforms moving out a bit, and then we'll move everything else to attack the Anti-Starship Arachnid. We'll move our Zenith Bombards, they're kind of expensive too. So yeah, there's a lot of things that hard counter fleet ships. It's sort of gradually over time, as the game's been updated, more and more things have been introduced that are really good against fleet ships, and a relatively small number have been introduced that are good against big things like transports and starships, which leads to a situation where fleet ships, it's really hard to use them. You have to really pay attention. It's like, you've got those, seen those big swarms of riot control starships that make up the special forces. Those, what the hell are these? Artillery, they're fine. No, yeah, this counters bombers pretty badly. It's not good against fighters. Just that, oh, these guys are polycrystal, are they? Damn it! Oh well. So there's right control starships that wander around. They're really good against fleet ships because they will instantly maul their engines so that they can't move. Additionally, and there's iron cannons on almost on a huge proportion of planets, and those hard counter fleet ships. And there's also AI eyes on a huge number of planets, and those will trigger if you have more than a certain number of ships on the planet. If you outnumber the AI on the planet, it'll trigger their AI eye, which will cause some sort of disastrous thing to happen that you can't ever let happen under any circumstances. It varies. There's several types of AI, and it kind of varies by which one you're talking about. I wonder if I can sort of... there's no way I'm going to be able to split these guys well enough to properly deal with flak. Just sort of spread them out as much as I can. Oh god, look at that. Look at how many die. Flak Guardians are another thing that does really well countering fleet ships. So, it's just kind of like, when am I supposed to use fleet ships? Everything counters them. There's in almost all circumstances, there's something that really badly counters your fleet ships. Oh crap, I think fighters are vulnerable to this guy. Yes, they are. So it's a bit of a, when do I actually use my fleet ships, and what circumstance are they actually useful? And the answer is almost none, and that's why I end up, virtually not using them. I just always pack them in transport. Because once again, AIIs only count free ships, so things that are inside the transport don't count. I don't think I actually have enough ships here to take out this guard post here. I'm guessing it's hull heavy. Yeah, it's bombers that are good against it, so I'm just suiciding those guys in there. Oh dear. Transports also heal units that are inside them, so I can actually restore all these guys to good health once I'm done. Okay, so that's built everything. You can go in that one. You'll do your own little thing, and you guys can go in there. That's a small number of extra ships. I don't think I'll send that tiny number. I'll just send the full 200 for the time being. Oh, I'll probably just send in the other one shortly afterwards. Oh yeah, this happened last time too. Yeah, I send in a transport, a carrier, for reasons not entirely apparent. And like last time, what a carrier. I'll talk about what a carrier is. A carrier, it's probably left over from the AI's. Shoot at him? What would it take you to shoot? Kind of strange. We thought they'd be fighting it by now. How long did they take? 30 seconds. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they just haven't re-loaded. So the AI carriers, the AI builds carriers when you have when it has too many ships. It's a way of it's actually a method of controlling CPU use. If the AI has a lot of stuff, if the AI has a lot of stuff, it'll put it in carriers to reduce the CPU usage of that stuff. Let's get these small balls out of the way before they eat too much. Yeah, you see how they pick up the spy tractor platforms immediately because they know that's the best target. So the AI, AI carriers are used to control CPU usage and make the game run better. But the thing is, they also group the AI units together, so the AI carrier has as much firepower as the units in it, but moves quite slowly, has reasonably short range, and when you attack it, you deal damage really efficiently, because if you overkill at all, you kill the units inside it, but if you overkill at all, all that overkill will go on to the next unit, so you never actually waste any of your damage. So attacking the AI carrier is much more efficient, which is why they'll usually deploy the deploy the carriers pretty promptly, like they do there. But just because they had me quite outnumbered, it considered me quite outnumbered by the carrier, so it wasn't deploying it, I think. But now that the moment my transport arrived with another 200 ships, it went, oh, okay, this is actually, they've actually got lots of ships relative to me, so I should use the full power of the carrier properly. So the carriers are kind of funny unit. I think overall it's usually advantageous to you for the AI to be in a carrier, though the carrier is immune to tractor beams, which does benefit you somewhat. Okay, let's make sure they pick off these fighters nice and quick. Okay, prioritize killing the fighters. The fighters need to die. Don't want them picking up my bombers. Okay, anyway, looks like coming to the end of the episode, so I've been Convolution Neural Gamer, this has been our, and I'll see you next time.